You're watching the MWHS Wildcat News, the official news source of Millard West, with Cole Filer and Madeline Augustine.
On this week's edition, we'll cover a feature on a senior library volunteer,
a highlight on the Millard West baton team,
an in-depth look into senior athlete Sydney Miller,
and a glimpse into Fila's coffee shop. Welcome back, I'm Cole Filer.
And I'm Madeline Augustine. Most seniors head home or to work during their off blocks, but senior Emily Connery volunteers in our school library. Taylor Hoffbauer and I bring you this feature.
Located between the 120s and the 130s hallway is the Millard West Library.
What many students fail to realize is that the library has more to offer than just books. Let's check it out.
Technology support, tools to help produce a video, a good space to do group work, a quiet place to study, and another place to eat lunch away from the chaos of the cafeteria are all things that you can find in the library.
We're here to help, and I don't know if enough of them realize that that's really what we're here to do and want to provide a space for them to be.
One senior has recognized the value of everything the library has to offer. Meet Emily Connery. After realizing she had an open fourth block all year, Emily knew she wanted to spend her time helping out in the library.
I decided to have my QT teacher contact Mrs. Long and be like, hey, could I possibly do this? And they were fine with it.
Emily has been volunteering in the library since the first day of school this year.
She comes in every day, fourth block, and puts things away, and then she just kind of talks with us about what kids are reading and what kind of things she's looking for when she looks for books.
Other tasks that Emily has helped with include creating displays throughout the library and creating door signs for each of the private rooms. For most, volunteering in their school library would be one of the last things that they would think of doing. But by spending every fourth block in the library, Emily is gaining new skills that will help her in the future.
I plan on majoring in English, and then I'm probably going to become a librarian, so I kind of wanted some basic experience to see what I was getting myself into.
Throughout the course of the year, Emily has built a special bond with our librarians.
She is awesome. Sometimes we have a whole mountain of books, and we'll tell her, you don't have to put all of these away. We know this is a lot. She comes in, it's just volunteer. It's at the end of her day. She could just go home, and she usually puts them all away anyway. She takes care of us.
The library is a major resource that many students don't take advantage of, but that's not the case for Emily. To her, it is important to show appreciation and recognition and help out when she can.
This has been Madeline Augustine
and Taylor Hoffbauer
with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Millard West's baton team has always twirled to their best of their abilities. Jasmine Hermosillo Padilla and Kirsten Watkins give you the inside scoop.
As the season goes on, the Millard West Baton Twirlers work together with the Stepperettes to prepare routines for their season.
This year, it's our first year as a whole group, with this many people. So we did one football game, and then we tried to do as many basketball games as possible.
As a team, the Twirlers will prepare themselves for their upcoming competition season as well as nationals to be able to qualify for Worlds next year.
We go to nationals in July, which is at Notre Dame University, and we go for a whole week.
Winning at nationals gives the Stepperettes the chance to qualify and compete at Worlds.
On just my team, there's about 11, but on the whole national team, there's 150, I think.
Although the Stepperettes work as a full team, there are also smaller teams that compete within multiple different divisions.
Senior team is different divisions. There's senior core with props, and that's what we're trying to qualify for Worlds, and that's a 7-minute routine.
The girls spend at least 3 to 4 days a week practicing with the Millard West Baton team as well as the Stepperettes to prepare for nationals in July. They work year-round to accomplish their goals of winning another national title as well as getting to compete at Worlds.
Practices are a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Literally blood, because sometimes people get hit in the head and bleed everywhere, and sweat because they're long practices and pretty intense, and there can be tears, unfortunately, sometimes.
This has been Jasmine Hermosillo and Kirsten Watkins reporting from the MWHS Wildcat News.
Injuries are a challenge for any athlete. In senior Sydney Miller's case, her career-threatening injury couldn't have happened at a more inconvenient time. Trevor Lewick and Brianna Treader learned more about her road to recovery.
Senior Sydney Miller suffered a career-altering injury only a month before the most critical time of her college recruitment. During her junior year, she tore her ACL, a common injury in athletes. However, it put Sydney's chances of receiving offers from colleges on hold.
Yeah, when it comes to coaching track or all sports actually in high school, junior year is a pretty important year just because they start getting more and more college attention. Colleges start recruiting those kids. It seems like it's earlier and earlier every year. So, in the case of Sydney, you know, she got hurt right before her junior year of track. So, you know, it's almost like sometimes colleges forget about some of those kids because they don't get to see them because they're really looking at juniors so they can get those offers out. And a lot of colleges, you know, will offer kids their junior year because they want to make sure that they can get some of those kids into their program. So in Sydney's case, it was just unfortunate. You know, she misses a year, which is bad for her and bad for the team, and also, you know, doesn't get to show the colleges what she's all about.
As a result, the injury put her on the sidelines for her junior track season. After 2 successful years on the track, she was expected to sit out for at least 9 months.
Track and field is just a really big part of my life, and I have a lot of love and passion for it, and I wasn't ready to give it up. I'm a really competitive person, and I wasn't ready to give that up either. I just want to prove to myself and others that this isn't a career-ending injury.
Sydney was in physical therapy for 9 months before going back to surgery October 8, 2018, to remove a cyclops lesion and scar tissue around her ACL. Since the second surgery, she has been able to finish physical therapy and is now working to regain skill and muscle in preparation for her upcoming track season.
Sydney's such a great leader, and she leads a lot. The thing that she does so well is she leads by example, and she has a great work ethic, and she attacks every workout and gives 110%.
During her recovery, Concordia University's track coach Matt Beisel contacted Sydney to talk about scholarship opportunities. Although this may seem normal, Coach Beisel took a big risk when offering her a scholarship and overlooking the fact that Sydney has not been on the track in over a year, and her injury may affect her performance in the future.
But the one thing that stood out to me most was the way that head coach Beisel reassured me that just because this happened my junior year doesn't mean it stops me from reaching my full potential, even when others couldn't see it. My favorite part about track and field is definitely the team aspect of things. Most people think it's a one-man sport, but you definitely work as a team, and if you're missing one piece of the puzzle, it's not complete.
This has been Trevor Lewick and Brianna Tretter with the MWHS Wildcat News.
I'm Sydney Miller, and I'm excited to announce that I've committed to Concordia University.
Fallow's Coffee Shop, which also serves as a boutique, has been brewing up sunshine for the past 2 years now. Ellie Hahn and Kirsten Watkins serve up the story.
A unique boutique and coffee shop has been successfully opened for multiple years in downtown Elkhorn. Along with a variety of different drinks, customers can walk around the store and explore the different products.
I took the building over August 1st, 2.5 years ago. And I never closed the doors. The place was kind of a mess once I got in here. And then I built all the coffee house and put that all in.
The owner of Fallah's Coffee, Jacqueline Schmidt, has been continuously working to keep her store in business. She does everything she can to make sure the boutique is welcoming for everyone that walks through the door.
I try to have something for everybody. I don't know if you saw that there's stuff for dogs and cats, and so we just have worked really hard.
With the support of multiple staff workers, Fallah's has become more well known within the Omaha community. Baristas help with many things, including assisting customers within the boutique.
I do a lot. I make coffee, I make food, I'm on the floor a lot, you talk to people, you socialize, I organize all the clothes, the boutique and stuff. It's pretty much everything in here I do.
Jacqueline had worked in the Elkhorn area for many years before deciding to open her own shop. She picks out items for the boutique that she believes will benefit lots of people.
As far as the local artist, I've been very fortunate with some great ones that have come to me, and I just kind of pick and choose and try to make room for them because I like to support the locals.
Fallah's has become a well-developed shop over the last years and continues to stand out for the unique choice of merchandise and beverages. Jacqueline has created a secret menu that gives customers the opportunity to try different drinks that aren't like any other coffee shop.
So I guess the secret menu is kind of just to make us different from everybody else because Jackie came up with everything on her own. She's come up with all the drinks, she does everything. She's very, very smart, and she knows how to market to people, and I think the secret menu is something that is why people come in, is because they want her special drinks that she created.
One main difference that makes Fallah's stand out from other coffee shops besides the rest of the boutique would be the variety of paint that they offer. The paint that they supply is easy to use and can be used for many things.
We have Andy Sloan chalk paint, which is awesome, really easy to use. It literally takes nothing, like no prep work. probably have to sand down your furniture just a little bit, and then you just paint. So it's really, especially like for kids our age, high school, it's perfect because it takes no work.
As a way to gain more attention, Jacqueline gives out coupons to high school students. The participants write their name and school on the back of these coupons and then hand them out to all their friends and family. When the coupons get used, the name that was used most common will be given a gift by Jacqueline. This has been Kirsten Watkins and Ellie Hahn reporting from the MWHS Wildcat News.
Come in. If you haven't been in, come in.
Last Tuesday, February 5th, Millard West had an improv show showcasing both the student and staff's talent. Edison Geiler and Grace Hager take center stage.
On February 5th, the Millard West Drama Department put on their improv show in the auditorium, giving students the unique opportunity to share the spotlight with teachers. Mrs. Phillips, Mr. Catron, and Mr. Kelderman all performed, however, in a slightly altered version from previous years.
So we had 3 teams of students that all had a teacher assigned to them at the show. And so, yeah, it was 3 teams competing instead of teachers versus students.
Everyone had been practicing since mid-January, strengthening their improv skills to perform well in each game. Cast members who acted in previous shows also had to learn a few new games that were seen at the State Thespian Festival.
So at our State Festival, we played this game called A Moment in Time. And so one person does a monologue about a specific moment in their day, and then all the other people on the team act out that scene.
More than anything, however, the performance was a fundraiser for the International Thespian Festival, a week-long gathering of drama students all over the country. Intermission featured a Minute to Win an event to aid payments for students from West attending the festival.
It's actually here in Omaha. It's the last year here, and it's very expensive because you pay for housing and food and like all these shows that you get to see, and it's a really fun experience that we want to send as many people to as possible.
In the end, Mr. Catron's team won over judges and took the trophy home due to their performance in games such as Party Quirks. After the successful performance, the department is set to continue doing improv shows in future years.
This has been Eddie Geiler and Grace Hager with the MWHS Wildcat News.
That's it for this week, Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at MWHS Catalyst.
And for more stories, check out our website at millardwestcatalyst.com.
See you next time, Wildcats.